All right. GM, everyone. Welcome in. Happy Monday. Kenny Powers. What's up, bro? Look at the PFP on this guy.
I'd say the same about you.
Yeah. A little bit of updates here on the board. Kyle's still rocking his bearish. I'm gonna go back to my bearish in a few days.
Fickle sons of bitches, just blowing whatever way the wind blows, man. You too.
Whatever.
I'll tell you what.
No. I'll have my bearish back on in a few days. Wanted to show some support to the stockbrokers community. So
let's not act like I didn't have a Creeps PFP for fucking 4 years and then change it for 1 month and go back to a Creeps
but
PFP.
this isn't the OG Kenny Powers
No,
PFP.
no, this is rebranded, bro.
Yeah, but and you still got those fucking dumb eyes on. I think that whole thing's like gone now. Like, I don't think you need the eyes anymore.
I'm not a sheep. I don't follow the herd, bro.
I'm just saying. But
Really?
hey,
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's still a dope PFP either way.
New founders on Loki's space one time. He goes back to a Creeps PFP, but he's not a sheep, dude.
Wait, who was on Loki's space?
This motherfucker's not locked in.
Holy shit, dude. This guy took the whole weekend
almighty.
off.
I know. Kenny, I would say, did you make any big trades this weekend? But seems like you went on vacation.
It was a busy weekend. Well,
family.
A lot of fun. But yeah, I was not locked in this weekend at all.
Obviously. Yeah. Now they, the normal NFT space happened over the weekend with Loki and Machiavelli and Proof. And Robert and Callum were on the stage talking about Creeps, all the things that are happening over there within, nothing within the ecosystem itself, just kind of introducing themselves.
I don't think Kenny even knows. Like, Kenny.
Wait,
Robert,
what do you mean?
Robert is the new, I don't want to say founder. He didn't specifically say founder. He is one of the team members of the new Creeps team.
I thought we determined that, right?
We did, but he officially came out of the closet with it.
Okay.
So, but the thing is that, nobody knew what was going on. So they just put a public face to it. And I'll
tell you one thing, Kenny.
So you can't be the founder though.
Founder, team member, I don't really care. I mean, whatever. But Kenny, man, Cheese did get Robert to leak a little alpha that there are a few of the Horizon Labs team members on this new team as well. So when it comes to launching something like Checker Creeps, maybe that's a little bullish. What do you think?
Dude, pump my bags. Yeah, let's fucking go.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely could be. I mean, the guys did launch ApeCoin. They launched Rec. They launched, they had their hands in quite a few things. So we'll see what happens. I mean, right now there's nothing announced for Creeps that's coming for Creeps. Not yet. They did say that there's some fun things going to be happening in the coming weeks. So, I know the community is excited. I'm happy for the community. If they can get a W, then GG's, so just have to see what these guys can do and let them cook for right now. But yeah, let's see, Kenny, what all did you miss over the weekend? I know Stonkbrokers hit a new all-time high. That happened yesterday. So we'll dive into a little bit of that. It seems like Simple Farmer is, I don't know. He's got some tricks up his sleeve, some surprises happening. When you're on the Stonkbrokers website, it shows the Stonk launcher is coming in 4 days, 8 hours. But oh fuck. Did you see that on my screen? Oh my God, bro. Oh no, it went away. All right, so it came back. But he's been hinting that that just because there's a timer and a date doesn't mean anything. So as I'm sitting here on the site, it wasn't doing this before. It's kind of like glitching at the top and where the countdown is. And then it starts glitching. It says something is coming, notifications on. And that's all he's been saying since last night. So I would imagine he's going to send this fucking launch pad early. Do you think, Kenny, it's too late to join the launch pad wars, or you think his timing's been pretty good?
Yeah. I mean, look, is it a little late? Maybe a little bit, but that doesn't mean that he can't take a little bit of the market share. I mean, Pons is fucking just crushing. Pons is now sitting at 6 cents, at $47.1 million market cap. Got up over 50 a little bit earlier this morning, but all-time high for Pons. The amount of token creations happening over there is pretty insane, and it's kind of established itself early on as like the, leading launch pad for memes and whatnot. Doesn't mean that can't change. I mean, go look at Solana. Like everybody used to launch on Radium for a very long time, and then Pump Fund came along and totally took 90% of the market share. Then Bonk popped up, and Bonk started. At one point, Bonk flipped Pump Fund as far as like token migrations and token creations for a little window there, and then it shifted back to Pump Fund. But look, competition is healthy in this sector, and I think there's definitely a path to, creating, a launch pad that's worthy of competing with Pond. So I think I obviously it's a little bit late, but I don't think that's going to hinder him. Like, the community's strong over there. Let's see what happens with it.
Yeah, and he's going to be introducing some other mechanics and things that obviously these other launch pads don't. I thought I heard him say something about some type of like meme wars, and you'll be able to steal LPs from other meme coins and inject them into. And somebody said that's been done before. Do you remember seeing that on Solana, where you can like literally steal like the LP from another meme coin?
I'm not.
Wasn't there was a game on Solana where I forget what the intervals were, like once a week or something. It was like every country had an LP. Remember that? And the country that had the biggest LP at the end of the week would launch a nuke at any country and take their LP. Something like that.
Yeah, they were nuking other countries. I remember
that was
somebody
fun.
was Cuba. I remember somebody big had Cuba, and they were fucking coming up. But yeah, I don't know if that's a launch pad, Kyle.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a launch pad. That was just a fucking game. So I don't know. We'll see what he ends up dropping over the weekend as far as that goes. But I do know that on top of the launch pad that's coming, they introduced the safety deposit box for the goddamn stockbrokers. So basically, LP Security Matters introducing safety deposit box. Most liquidity lockers charge a 1% fee to lock your LP. Safety deposit box cuts that in half to just 0.5%. Support for both Uniswap V3 and V4 LP positions. Lock for any duration. Claim your trading fees whenever you want. So, but it goes on to say, but here's the difference. That 0.5% fee is paid in your project's token and distributed to active stockbrokers. Your locked LP doesn't just sit there. It helps power a community that's incentivized to discover, use, and support your project. So vest or permanently lock your liquidity, keep collecting fees. Let your community become your distribution channel while your LP stays secure. A bonus drop by stockbrokers. So he's constantly adding more ways for the NFTs to gain rewards. So, I mean, bro, it's pretty bullish, the amount of shit he's delivering. But do we ever reach a point, Kenny, where he makes the ecosystem too complicated? Or I've seen, because people have asked me that, it's like, oh, this is just all too confusing. Just because there's all these products doesn't mean you have to participate, right? Like you don't have to.
Yeah, no,
you don't have to do
look,
every fucking thing.
The cool novel thing about it is obviously it's an NFT as well as a chart to trade the token. So like you can play either one of those things. Adding utility to the ecosystem is not a bad thing, and I mean you don't have to necessarily partake. But it's just another funnel of revenue back towards the holder, so it brings value back to stockbroker holders.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's a good thing. You don't necessarily have to participate, though. I mean, it's just adding utility for the project. So I think it's a big W.
Yeah, I agree. But like I said, if you were watching on stream, the top of the website like fucking glitches, and then it just says something is coming, notifications on. So of course I have noties on, and we see it in all the fucking chats every single time something drops. So I'm locked in, bro. I'm clocked in, locked in, ready to fucking rock. Also some other stuff that dropped over the weekend. This kitty mining, Kenny, you missed this one. It's probably a good thing. It ran up to like 2 mil. And then this morning, somebody clipped out like 6K. and it started a cascade. It hit a 2.33 mil market cap last night. And this morning at 9:40, a wallet clipped out like 6 G's. And then people just started following in. It's sitting at 237K right now, or 210. Yeah, so either it's going to be a comeback or the fucking kitty got ran over by the car.
Dude,
we're going to find out.
I saw a little bit about it yesterday, and I'd seen that you had called it relatively early, right?
Yeah, like 100K. We were sitting in the Reality Check VC, and I seen the tweet come out like 2 minutes afterwards. I'm like, okay, if we're going to get in, we got to get in now. And because, I mean, that's the earlier the better on these Ponzi's. And so, yeah, I got in right at, I think my first buy was like 98, around 100K. And then I added a little bit more right around these levels. And then, I did the 2 nights of upgrades, took some profit. And then this morning I seen it down and I was like, oh, well, I mean, fuck, why not buy a little bit more? So I added a little bit more back to my bag to kind of get like some external tokens back to my original position. And then later, whoever in the fuck took some profits, drained, took 6 G's out. Yeah, very low liquidity. There was only like 70 grand in liquidity at that time. So, but that's how these things go. I just said my first rodeo, 100%.
Yeah.
And that's why when I would tweet about it, I would tell people, hey, like only risk what the fuck you can afford to lose, because at any moment something like this could happen. So, I'm seeing in a lot of chats, some people are, they're adding, some people aren't, and they're just kind of sitting still. I think the account. So when you're it's, the chart was doing what it normally does. It wasn't fucking like shooting up to, a lot of these you see them shoot up to like 10 mil or some shit really fast. But this one didn't do that. It was kind of going up steady to the right. So, but it's the same mechanics as most of these other Ponzi's. I mean, it's just like Bitcoin.
They're all the same thing. Yeah, they're all Bitcoin reskins, and even Bitcoin wasn't original at the time. It was just on a really hyped new L2.
Yeah.
Right, and I know there were other Ponzi's that have attempted to launch on Robinhood over the past couple of weeks that, lasted for 24 to 48 hours and just nuked pretty much nothing. Yeah, there's a shelf life on these things. It's diminishing returns in a sense that, 2 years ago they really popped off, and every new reskin, rebrand, it's like diminishing returns with these things. So at some point we'll see. Maybe somebody gets it right and they can have a little bit of longevity past 2 days. Yeah. But everybody invests into it knowing the same thing. Like, okay, at some point this is getting nuked. So as soon as you see price action start to go down, people get real nervous that they think it's about to just implode. So yeah, that's why you have that cascade.
Well, they're supposed to do some upgrade where you can buy so right now you have like a 24-hour reset on upgrading your room, and then they're supposed to be implementing something where you can buy a cooldown, a deal where you can buy that cooldown down with Kitty, and then there's supposed to be a gotcha that's releasing where you can win NFTs and all this shit too by using Kitty. That was all pre-planned. We'll see what happens.
Kenny, can you tell that Jesus is still in this fucking Ponzi? Right?
I said I'm still in it.
1,000%.
I literally just said that I'm still in it. So, like,
by the way, just because you mentioned Bitcoin, Bitcoin is migrating apparently, off of Abstract. So we'll see what happens there too. I don't know. The merge mining thing was always kind of interesting, but they just never did it. The idea of turning it into a token launch pad where you can mine other tokens, interesting concept. Never did it. So I don't know. Maybe they'll do it on another chain.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I got in so early. I'm still up, even though I reinvested some of the tokens that I put in. I'm still up. So, I mean, I'm going to hold it and see what happens. Are they going to be able to revive this shit? Probably fucking not. We'll see, but I'm going to keep playing it. And see what happens. Cause I mean, fuck, it's still earning token. It's like $50 a day right now, but still fucking $50 is a meal at Chick-fil-A, with rising costs. So yeah, and go get me a spicy chicken sandwich.
You know what,
what?
real quick, Kenny, if you want to hear my Kitty experience, I bought into Kitty, held it for about 20 minutes and made about $30 off a $50 buy-in, and then sold and went to bed. So anyway.
Yeah. He well, no, he actually faded making some pretty good money because he could have like 8x that.
Oh yeah, I could have, and I also could have held it until this morning like you did. Anyway.
Simple Farmer, GM, bro, what's happening?
Hey, GM guys, just wanted to come through and say good morning to everybody. Getting ready for the week. Actually, at Chick-fil-A as well myself.
See, look, this guy knows. You know what the fuck's happening. What's up with all this ominous keep notifications on, all this kind of jazz? Like, what are we doing here, man? What are you about to drop?
Well, it's not ominous. It's just making sure people who are active, and paying attention get some type of warning, because it's just, you're seeing a lot of people try. The first thing on new chains is people always just clone all the other stuff from the other chains and then launch it on that new chain and, make 10, 20K, depending on who they can connect with and who they can get to amplify. But what people are missing the point of is just like, people should be taking this opportunity to build new things and new technologies. You have fantastic infrastructure on Robinhood chain. You have not only stock tokens, but you have free price oracles for those stock tokens. You can build incredible decentralized financial technologies. And I think, for example, with things like mining Ponzi's, why does it have to be a Ponzi?
Yeah.
Why not use this process to make something smart and technologically innovative? And I actually have connected with another developer who I know have known a long time as a founder, and he's a clever and smart guy, and I think he's discovered something that's a new invention. Then we kind of put our heads together on it, and he's going to be the first person to launch under the special project section of the Stockbroker Launchpad. So that's very exciting. And remember, we talked about we want to be an incubator the way that virtuals are.
Yeah, no, that's pretty dope. I mean, I seen somebody that was tweeting this kitty mining thing, and then there was a Bored Ape holder in the comments and was like, hey, how about you guys quit calling it a Ponzi and maybe people will actually play the game? It's like, it's people are just reskinning the same shit and bringing it onto a new chain.
But dude,
I think that's what
is a Ponzi.
Yeah,
and the
100%.
fact of the matter is that a Ponzi is attractive to people who want to play chicken with the whales, and you can make money if you get in and get out. I mean, I'll just go ahead and disagree with that take. I'm not going to fucking sit here on the timeline and lie to people like fucking Kitty is the future of finance. It is a Ponzi, and a lot of people want to play a Ponzi. If I wasn't at work, I'd have been in it just like you were. Because it's fun. It's a little dopamine rush. Now, that's not to negate the fact that building real serious products like what Simple Farmer is doing isn't much better. But people like Ponzi's too. I don't think we need to lie to people.
Yeah.
But look, you can create what people call Ponzi-nomics, but what they really are good tokenomics. Because look, everything is a Ponzi, and the fact that the people who get in earlier do better. I mean, if you bought Ethereum at the bottom and staked it early, you're making Ethereum on your Ethereum, plus you got in super early. I mean, people are like, oh, is that a Ponzi? I mean, there's things that are just good tokenomics as well. And I think it's just, I wish we would get, and hopefully this is the path we're moving towards, because I'm starting to see some pop up, and it's just high effort projects. So taking a couple months to plan, build something, to formulate the plan around it, to start the marketing message, and to create really smart, innovative tokenomics that can be Ponzified, meaning you can have like deflation within the process, but then you retain some form of originality.
Well, is that possible, Simple Farmer? Because if it is possible, how come no one's done it yet? Just out of curiosity. Do you think it's possible to create like a Ponzi-like kind of setup where, it has longevity past a month or so? Like, is there a way to do that?
Of course, but the thing is first of all, the things that I've seen on the timeline, I'm not going to comment on specific projects. I don't like doing that, but they're not actually mining anything. the real type of hash based mining, like what Bitcoin does, is a completely different process, and it's a cool and interesting process. It's like solving mathematical formulas. It can cause a lot of TXs and actually it can be really interesting for a chain. The question is, what do you do with those emissions, with that outcome? Can you turn that into utility? And I think the team that unlocks and figures that out is on to something.
Yeah, I think the thing about Ponzi's is like the reason Ponzi's are attractive is because whenever you see a number of like how much you're earning a day and it's unrealistic number, that's what people like to see, and that's what draws people to it. Like somebody's making, somebody's like, oh, I'm making $1,200 a day on this Ponzi. Like that's the hook, line, and sinker, right? To get people to buy, and that's people want fast cash in this space. Unfortunately, that's it's very gambling forward in a sense, as far as like some of these games go. And I think that's what attracts people to it, is like if you see a number on your screen where you're making a ridiculous amount of money, that's typically a top sign, or a top signal, in my opinion. Like if you're making too much per day, that means something's off, and it's probably going to nuke. But
I mean, we're talking about building an engine versus pushing a wagon down a hill and saying look how good the engine is on my wagon. It's like you have to. This is what utility matters. The tech matters. That was the point. The thing is that we all think right now, and so this is the only part where I take issue with, is that you all think it's harmless if we all, and especially people with large Twitter voices, get in on things like this that end up rugging. And you made $100, we all played chicken with each other, and it was cool. But that's not cool for people who just had their first day in crypto. That's a lost user. And so at that point, you are earning $50 today at the cost of potentially millions down the line, because that one user could have been a whale. It could have been a dude who's going to create the next poly market. You can't lose. We're losing out, and it's obviously permissionless. People can do whatever they want, but the people who have big voices matter, because you're going to reap what you sow.
I'm going to go ahead and play devil's advocate here, because I don't disagree with you fully, but I'll play devil's advocate anyway. I got rugged plenty of times in the early days of crypto, and I'm still here. People just need some time to learn the landscape. You have to pay some tuition, as they say. You're going to lose some money if you want to play the degen stuff. One of the most useful skills in the space is just learning how to tell the difference between a legitimate team and a legitimate product that is, sustainable versus something that is super high risk, super high volatility. Some people like that super high risk, super high volatility. As you say, it is permissionless. It is the wild, wild west, as long as we don't get, regulated into oblivion someday. Dude, it's not for everybody. Some people will come in and have a bad experience and leave. That's true of anything. I could go to a bounce house and fall down and twist my ankle, and I'm probably not going to a bounce house again. That doesn't mean bounce houses are whatever, gay and washed or anything. I don't know. I think it comes down to the person, and I like the wild, wild west side of crypto personally.
The statistics, the numbers in terms of net inflows and user retention, just are the opposite of that.
Sure. I can't argue with numbers.
Yeah, I mean,
fair point.
I've lost my ass in many things, and it's like Kyle. I agree with kind of what Kyle's saying. It's kind of like baptism by fire, and in a perfect world, yeah, everybody can join crypto and everybody can make money and price go up, but it is a learning experience. I mean, had I known or had someone to guide me when I came from B&B memes into NFTs, I'd be sitting on a big giant fat bag of fucking Bored Apes and CryptoPunks right now. But instead I looked at them because I wasn't educated enough to know what the hell they were and what an NFT even was at that point. And then I missed them. And then 2 months later, I'm buying ducks for 2.5 ETH, thinking that they're the next Bored Ape, because I had a whole group of people telling me that they have early BAYC vibes. So, it's kind of, it's you know, when things like this do happen, I mean, bro, the coin's down, what, like fucking 50% or 60% or something. I don't fucking know what it's down, but it's fucking down. And it can happen to any fucking project.
Down 84%.
Okay. So, I mean, but what I'm saying
That doesn't
is,
mean it can't go down another 84%.
doesn't mean it can't go back up another 84%. So
let me just say this, because after considering your statistical argument for a moment, I would say, oh, hold on, sorry.
Okay. Well, that's pretty good. Pretty good. But I get what you're saying, Simple Farmer. You're you're giving an Uncle Ben speech of with great power comes great responsibility.
A little bit, but also, you know, I'm not trying to shame any like people. You can do whatever you want, but you're reaping what you sow. It's like you sit there and you're holding a couple assets. That like, these are my long-term bets, and then, you know, you're promoting things that are obviously, you know, not even a doxed founder, an unknown team, and kind of trying to get people to buy into what you bought into 2 hours ago. And then your other assets lose value too. It's because all the people you're talking to are also holding your other assets, and they're falling victim to that same cycle you are. Well, it would be better, I think, if we looked at crypto at scale, more like a tech company type of build out, because that's what it is. It's financial technology rather than you know, trying to build out the next Las Vegas.
Yeah, no, and I 100% get that. And it's no different than me going and promoting Use Vault 777. It's like, okay, well, I'm promoting a casino. I'm streaming for them. And it's a matter of, okay, well, somebody may have never even played in a casino and they put $20 in and they lose their whole $20, you know? So people also have to take accountability for, you know, putting the things out there. So that's why I try and say, even when I do post something like this, from my standpoint, and I put it in my tweets, you know, be safe, only play with what you can afford to lose. And every time I've talked about this, which has only been a couple times in spaces, even in Captain Space this morning, he wanted me to talk about it. And that's always been a big message moving forward. I've talked about it in Discord, you know, so yeah, I mean, people have to, at the end of the day, you know, you have to be accountable for the buttons you click, and then you have to also be accountable for the things you promote. And most people are promoting it or they're sharing it so they can make money on referrals, or they can share it and, you know, maybe get their community a bag. I know a bunch of people in a lot of chats that cooked on this fucking thing. I won't say names, but they all got in as soon as I posted it. They took their profits and they walked away. But somebody always gets left holding the bag at the end of the day. So, but yeah.
Apologies for disappearing. Sorry, I am at work and it is very difficult to get people to leave me alone. The point I was trying to make is that statistically, I bet, I don't know, I didn't look this up, so correct me if I'm wrong. I would bet that if you looked at just about anything that people do as a hobby or anything, you would find that more people try it out than actually stick with it. So, you know, stats are often correct numerically, but also can be framed in a way that might not necessarily be perfectly relevant to the argument.
Yeah,
would be what I would say.
Hans said, well, I've been burned by BTC in 2011 from market manipulation to exchanges going bankrupt, and look where that ended up. It's all the same, and what's left is people that have a thing with gambling, because that's what it is, even if you simply get into BTC. If you cannot cope with that, you are not the future of this space and are probably better off leaving it.
Even that argument with BTC, I'll play devil's advocate on that too. It depends on how you're doing it, right? If you're trying to enter and exit, try to short and long, try to play the chart, yeah, you're gambling. If you are just, you know, putting 5% of your paychecks over a long period of time into BTC and holding long term, yeah, I guess it's still a little bit, it is a risk, but I would not call that gambling. I would call that an investment. You could argue that any investment is a gamble to an extent, but it's definitely not what I would consider gambling.
Yeah.
So, you know, it depends on how you're moving, man. You could be gambling on anything. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah. I mean, bro, it was a gamble today. I even asked before we came in, I said, what's the over under of Kenny showing up? You know? So I mean, it's fucking just it's nature.
Yeah, neither one of us would take the Kenny showing up side of the bet. So
You know what's also an important statistic, Jesus, with gambling, because you're going to have speculation, you're going to have gambling.
Yeah.
The result of gambling on majors in the stock exchange is much different than the result of gambling on penny stocks, right? And for the same thing, it's just like nobody is going to go hit up a casino that has an RTP of like 70%, 60%. Right? The worst slot machine that's built in the back of the gas station in the worst place is giving 89% RTP. It's an important statistic. And that RTP reflects right now on token trading. Right now, meme coin trading has one of the worst RTPs in the business. And actually, I mean, not to bring it back to what I'm working on, but one of the core principles of how I'm building the Stonk launcher is to fix that RTP to be more fair. So it's less KOL cabal driven and more of an even chance.
And I love that. And by the way, I'm not making an argument against what I think, valid products with serious teams are way better. I'm not saying that Ponzi's and pure gambling is good. I'm just saying it just is. You know what I mean? And people will engage with that. But, I'm a big fan of what you're doing for sure.
Yeah. Because we were talking about RTP and even FWA is, they have like a 70% RTP. And that's pretty insane when you look at those numbers. I mean, you could literally go to some of the scammiest fucking casinos and get a higher RTP than that. But people are still trading the chart. They're still risking a lot of money just to be number one over there on the platform to earn fees. And bro, there's guys that are putting like 250 ETH into this shit, backing a $10 NFT with 250 ETH.
Yeah, well, you can have in a casino, if you're just pulling a lever, right? There is no way to have an edge. Whereas with the scammy shit, there's a few ways to have an edge. I mean, if you are really good at gauging social consensus, if you're part of the cabal or whatever, there's a few ways to get an edge on a lot of this stuff. So yeah, not everybody is going to have access to that edge.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, how many visitors are you going to get in your casino over the span of 10 years if people catch on to the fact that all of the dealers are pulling out cards? They have information of essentially what card is going to be played. It's insider trading, it's rigging. And look, guys, this is no secret. Go look at all of the altcoin charts over the past 4 or 5 years. That is the result of 4 or 5 years of front running and insider trading. And what I'm saying is not that they're doing it, it's that liquidity from those legitimate projects is being siphoned off into what is corrupt criminal activity.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, bro, Kyle, GMB's getting fucking just smacked with this kitty shit right now. People are framing it that GMB was was the largest holder of the coin, that he sniped $750 of the coin at the very launch, had 1 million tokens. I asked him about it. He said no, he did not. Said that was the dev. People are coming at him on the timeline.
Well, and this is just without looking at anything or having any information, my first assumption about the problem that GMB is having right now is that he built it to, like, it all comes down to your following. I've said this a bajillion times. I don't often tweet a lot about meme coins or Ponzi's and stuff because most of what I've ever done is in NFTs. Most of the people that follow me are following me because I've met them through NFTs. That is the people that follow me, right? GMB built his following for the most part in abstract, which, sure, there's been some Ponzi's and memes, but for the most part, it's been, in the earliest days, it was about community. It was about, queued IPs and stuff like that. And so you've got a bunch of people who are now just being exposed to things that are much more volatile and much more dangerous. And they just don't understand the risk that they're taking by following GMB into these trades. It's not GMB's fault, but these cats got to learn and they got to become accountable for their own button clicks. You've never seen me go after a KOL because I clicked a button and bought something. I made that decision. I say this all the time. How many times have you heard me talk about accountability? for my own button clicking. You guys cannot follow KOLs into stuff without trying to determine through whatever edge you have, whether it's attention to social consensus, whether it's TA, whatever edge you can have, you have to make your own decisions and you have to make your bet sizes in an appropriate way that you are comfortable with losing if you are going to get into more gambly stuff. So I don't know, man. I mean, I maybe GMB sniped it and rugged everybody. I doubt it. Maybe his following is just not used to such volatile trades.
Look, I'm 100% in agreement. Also, by the way, with everything you said there too. Just so you guys know, I'm not. It's obvious. Like people have to make their own decisions and stuff like that. My thing is more from the perspective of now with stockbrokers, we're essentially trying to rewrite who runs the trenches, and I'm just saying let's run them right. And running them right means we have an ecosystem that's like grows instead of having less and less liquidity every week.
Yeah.
And I'll 100% agree and tell everybody to get behind you, Simple Farmer. But that doesn't mean people should listen to me. People still have to make up their own minds. People have to choose whether or not to trust you. They have to choose whether or not to believe in the products. And then at the end of the day, if it fails for whatever reason, you got to be accountable for the fact that you got yourself into it. Coming from my head because I said I like Simple Farmer, it's just going to make me chuckle.
Well, that's one of the things that's important too. It shouldn't be this ecosystem and the tech that I'm trying to work on shouldn't be founded on having to trust me. That a trustless, permissionless ecosystem will work well without any centralized points of failure, and that includes the founder. So, that's obvious. That's the ultimate goal. I think that's why BTC does so well. Like, who do you have to trust that BTC will do? It's just like, it's baked in to the tech. So.
You have to pretend like the CIA wasn't Satoshi Nakamoto to begin with, but I think I think we have social consensus on that at this point.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Kenny, what's up with Mando and these giveaways he's doing with Epic?
It looks like he's running it back with Epic. He bought a large portion of the supply, I believe, like overnight. And essentially what he's going to be doing is kind of like treating it like a creator coin. I think he owns a pretty decent 50 or 60% of the supply. I think closer to 60% of the supply. And he's just kind of going to run it like Ansem ran his coin. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. He bought 356 million tokens overnight. 154 million is burned. And yeah, so circulating supply is relatively low as far as like what's out there right now. And yeah, I mean, it just shot up pretty high this morning. I think it hit like 20 mil at one point, somewhere around 11 mil right now. So I'm curious to see what he does. Yeah. Mando's one of the CT GOATs, in my opinion, man. He's a great trader. He's very transparent. He did some awesome stuff with the Rec Brands, with OSIF or Ovi, and you see what he's done with Yeet, with Keyboard Monkey and Ben Lamb. So I'm curious to see what he does with this creator coin.
Yeah, I don't know if we've lost the creator narrative there. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting. First airdrop September 1st is what he's saying, and he's gonna post all the requirements, I guess, this week. So should be something. This Hood AI that minted today, first AI on Robinhood app. I grabbed 10 of those. Floor price is like $7, $6. So we'll see what kicks off with those. Bearish, Crispy Duck built XP cards. So anyone that's in bearish or stacking any XP, now you can go share your XP with some of these cards that Crispy Duck created. So the link is up there at the top. You can go check that one out. Kenny, what all coins are you in right now? Whether it's Robinhood, Sol, but like, what are you looking at?
So basically what I'm still in tendies as far as, like a meme on Robinhood. Still in index. I know they've got some stuff coming up.
I thought they
I've got-
did Index not launch a new upgrade or something to their
Something's supposed to be coming out over the next. Yeah, it was supposed to come out this weekend, but they're launching something. I don't exactly know when. They said, they're just working out the kinks on it. So I don't exactly know what that's going to be. Maybe.
Do you have any ideas? Oh, Simple Farmer left. Fuck. I was going to ask him if he had any ideas of what it was.
Well, they talked about a perp dex, so it might have something to do with that. But what else am I holding? Let me go take a quick look. Yeah, I bought some Pongo yesterday morning. That's another meme on Robinhood. But more so than anything else, I'm curious to see how like the GMEs and the AIs do these like stock related LP meme coins, because I do think at some point those are going to take up. Obviously, we saw GME rip up to like 14 mil over the weekend. It's now currently pretty down, somewhere around, I want to say 3 mil. AI is sitting at 3 mil as well too, so they're taking a pretty big hit over the weekend. But both those tokens ran up as high as 14, 15 mil last week. So I do think there's a path. The thing about RWAs and Robinhood chain is, that's kind of what they wanted to focus on. So I do think at some point, these LP pools with like tokenized equities are going to do well. But yeah, other than that, not really holding too much. I was pretty busy all weekend. So
yeah. Kyle, I think Kyle's just in Tendies and Cash Cat as well. I don't know that he's in.
Yeah, just Tendies and Cash Cat. I am not a Trent Warrior. They seem more like the obvious plays. I'm down bad. But hey, man, maybe they'll come back. I don't think the Robinhood story is over yet. There's probably another wave coming. Meme coins are not my thing, though, so don't listen to me. Kenny's much more well suited for that sort of a thing.
Yeah. What else did we have? I got my I fucking finally, bro. I was going everywhere possible. Fuck, I went to like 4 different targets, could not find these I keep saying Paxton because that's what I thought the blue pudgy was Paxton. But Pengu and Polly plushies. So I was able to grab those over the weekend. $10 a piece, not bad. And quality's the quality's great. Still same good quality that that pudgy pumps out. And but yeah, thankfully Dillo, I was talking to him and he was riding around trying to find him as well and couldn't find any. And then so finally grabbed a set. There was only one of the polys left, but they had a bunch of the Pengu. So it looked like all the little girls were getting all the polys pretty quick, at least at this one Target. But it was like nationwide. I guess fucking Target was doing like this huge restock of their store and organizing stuff. In my Target by my house, bro, it looked like a damn bomb went off. The shelves were empty. You thought they were giving stuff away. And then there was just shit everywhere. It was so unorganized. But finally was able to get those. So yeah, pretty good. And then I didn't think my daughter would notice. If anybody can see, you can see them on the back of my shelf back here. And I already had a bunch of pudgy stuff. So she went to get my AirPod case out of my office, and I was in the kitchen cooking, and she come back in and she's like, "Oh, see, you got some new penguin plushies." And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Well, why didn't I get any? Why didn't you get me any?" And I was like, "Well, I didn't think she would want any. Not yet. Normally we would do it like get them for school or a bunch of them for her friends and whatnot." So yeah, she made me feel like shit, pretty much. She's like, basically like, "Oh, I never get anything." So I said, "Well, Uncle Kenny will get you something." I pawned it back on you, bro.
Shit.
What you mean shit? You still owe her something from her fucking birthday 5 years ago, that you said you were going to do.
Yeah, I tried to send something and you told me to not send anything because you already asked too much shit. So don't fucking bring that bullshit to me, bro.
Yeah. All right. What else is happening? What have you seen anything else today that you wanted to kind of cover or go over?
No, just watching the markets. I mean, stock market started out really strong this morning, but has since then kind of given it back. Things have turned red after being up pretty nicely. Crypto, you had Bitcoin ripping up over 65 overnight. Currently in a downtrend right now. Bitcoin is getting sold off back down to 64,531, so down about 4%. ETH is still in the green at 1927, but Solana slightly red at $75. We're just gonna have to see how things play out. But yeah, I mean, mostly the things I'm paying attention to are Robinhood, Jane. Obviously, we saw a couple runners yesterday with this Kate coin. Again, just PvP to death, though. I mean, you had
that
one
was the owner of the Doge dog got a cat, right?
Apparently adopted a cat. Yep.
Yeah.
And so we saw just like crazy volume, in particular on the one on Solana, ran up pretty fucking hard. I think it when I last I checked, it had like $41.5 million in volume. It's currently sitting at a $5.8 million market cap, but just a ridiculous amount of volume right there. But then you had one launched on Robinhood, which is sitting at $657,000. You had one on Ethereum that was sitting around 2 or 3 mil last time I checked it. So, PvP to death. Everybody's claiming this is the first one. This is the real one. Like, I hate when that shit happens. That's one issue I think I wish we didn't have to deal with. Is like these PvP coins. But when a narrative pops up, each chain is going to try and run it up, or at least these devs are going to try and run it up on each chain. Looking at the one on Solana, yeah, I mean, some people really cooked over there. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm just kind of paying attention to the overall market right now. I am going to probably buy some stuff later on today. I did buy some Epic, full disclosure, just under like around 8.5 mil. It's sitting at 9 mil right now. So curious to see what Mando can do with that. But other than that, I'm just kind of watching and see what happens.
Yeah. Did you activate your NPC, or I guess they tweeted something about you can now go train
playable characters? Yeah, there's like some training that you have to do. I haven't looked into it yet, but they did put a tweet out this morning, so yeah. I'll be dabbling with that this afternoon as well.
Yeah.
Ooh, me too. Kenny, I don't know if it was Friday or Saturday. Did you see Phantom Wallet shut down support for Monad?
Yeah, that was pretty big.
So they added Robinhood and shut down Monad?
Yeah.
Yep, sir.
Yeah. Pretty wild. Pretty fucking wild, bro.
Does anyone actually use Monad?
I don't think so. I think it was probably costing them more to have it on there than fucking than not. So yeah, I'm not really sure. Some other news. We should see some Zeet tournament payouts today from what is being said in all the discords and chat groups. And I think Scotty said that they tweeted last week that you had until yesterday to register your wallets on Zeet. If you did not register your wallets, then you don't get fucking paid. And I would imagine they're going to spread the payments that should have gone to you had you participated back to the people that actually did click all the buttons, follow all the rules. There is $3,000 in prizes going out in the Pumpcade. And my squad ended up in third place on that one. Scotty and Magic Mike was second. Fogo number one on that one. And then the offshore protocol, that one as well is, whoa, what happened there? Oh shit. Payouts are live, baby. Payouts are live. Fogo squad and offshore protocol got 11 G's. My squad got $4,100. Third place got $2,600. Fourth place is $1,900, and fifth place was $450. So I don't know if the money is airdropped to our wallet or what happened. So I got paid. Yeah, look at this. So the top guy, Cronenberg, he was the top guy in Proof of Travis's squad. He made $879. He was number one, Kenny. Number two, I was a squad leader. Made $1,400. Hans coming in hot. $776.63 for being active on Zeet and clicking some fucking buttons, bro. And that was like, I don't know, 30 days. And I think he was actually doing pretty well on offshore as well. Fogo, he was the number one squad leader, made $1,500. G fucking G's here. Let's see who ate in my squad. Marco made $469. Let's see here. Kenny Powers, $301.32.
Let's fucking go.
For showing up, showing out. Who else in my squad ate on this? Dillo, $262.87. Vinny, $245. So there you fucking go. Go get your grip. Pretty good stuff.
Where do we get this money?
I don't know. I don't know if it's airdrop to your wallet. Normally,
You got to close your eyes and suck it out of this tube, Kenny Powers.
Oh my God. Normally it shows rewards are being distributed to the qualified participants. Check back soon for updates. But no, I mean, it's there, but he did. Let's see what happened here. Let's see if Zeke tweeted. And I was thinking they would have put like a share card. Normally, when you go to your profile or whatever, or to that tournament last time, it was like claim your prize. But I don't know what the case is going to be here with this one. So, but the site did like refresh while I was looking at it live. Let's go to the Pumpcade side. My squad got, so Pumpcade, it was only $3,000. Okay. So Fogo was first place, got $1,500 to his squad. Scotty and Magic Mike split $832, and my squad was $668. So the leaderboard, Fogo got $274. Oh, look at this. Oh, Barry didn't put his wallet in, bro. He was second place, didn't submit their wallet, and lost out on money. I got $139 for third place. Esby in my squad got $68. Teacher Katie did not submit her wallet. Teacher Katie, what are you doing? Teacher Katie did not submit her wallet. She was in seventh place. Probably would have walked away with, I don't know, 80, $100. Where was her squad at? What rank was her squad? Her squad wasn't in the money run, but she still might have made some money there. I don't know. Maybe she did submit her wallet, and just because her squad wasn't up high enough, she didn't win any money. That might be the problem. I would think Teacher Katie had all of her shit connected. So don't get mad at me, Teacher Katie. But yeah, man, some fucking
live
cooks.
dunking on the
live dunking on her.
Reality check this morning.
No, but I had to go and look at the placement of it. So GG's to anyone that joined my squad and cooked on that. I see Hans made $61 on the Pumpcade. I see Vinny made $59. Dillo got $62. So I'm telling you guys, there's going to be more squad tournaments. There is one live right now with Vault 777. Me and fucking Fogo are fucking kicking that one straight in the dick. We are leading 198K. Like, into your activity matters. If you're participating on the platform, if you use my referral code, if you're doing the things in completing these tasks, you're going to fucking eat. That one's $25,000 prize pool, plus a fuck ton of Zeets. So yeah, Kenny, how you claim? I have the slightest fucking clue.
We should point out that the Pumpcade numbers sound a little low. That was free to participate in, free platform.
Yeah, 100%.
All you had to do was click some buttons during the games.
Yeah, 100%. So, but yeah, I don't know how to claim the money. I don't see nothing in my wallets. But GG's to anyone that participated in Zeet, and that is staying active. So if you're leading a squad, make sure you get your squad locked in. Come in the reality check Discord, guys. It's wide open. We talk Zeet, we talk NFTs, memes, whatever in the fuck whatever's on the agenda. And you can come get rugged on Kitty just like we did.
Yeah. Join the RC Discord. She just says bad words, and I make fun of him even more than I do on the space.
Yeah. So, but yeah, either way, GG's for that. Kenny, other than that, do you have anything else, or Kyle, before we shut it down?
Yeah, I mean, dude, real quick, the FWA stuff. I mean, shit. Fucking the tone. You obviously pulled on Friday. We experimented with it. I was telling you, I didn't want to guide you in the wrong direction, but I was thinking you should claim the FWA, and you did, right? I mean,
I did, and I sold at like a 35 mil market cap.
Right. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
What do you like 4 or 5x that?
No, because it was 0.09 for me to do the pool that day, and then it ended up being my payout on that was like 0.19. So a little bit over a 2x. So
that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Now the guys that were doing this early on, bro, they were buying these spins for like pennies.
Right.
And these guys were getting a lot of coin. So they're sitting on big bags.
Average spin is somewhere around 0.11 right now, which is, it's gotten a lot more expensive to do it. But yeah, I mean, a total of like 75,000 spins over the past few days, I believe it was. I mean, now the price action on the chart, it's obviously taken a little bit of a turn. It's back down to 22 mil, and that's up 14% in the past hour. But it dipped back down into the teens. But man, what a rocket ship. I mean, a lot of attention on the timeline. Really cool concept around it. I wonder if they're going to open it up to any collections, because right now there's just specified collections that you can use for NFTs. I'm curious to know if they open it up to just like more collections. So curious to see how that goes. But really novel, way to inject some liquidity back into NFTs. I'm a fan of it. Hopefully it continues to cook.
Yeah, 100%. So when you hover over real quick for anybody that's asking for the Zeet payouts, when you hover over the dollar amount, it says wallet registered for payout. Rewards will be sent to the registered address. So look for that money getting dropped in your wallet. If anyone did participate and earn inside of any of these competitions, any of these tournaments. So, but anyways, GG's on that one. But all right, cool. Tomorrow we'll be back 11 a.m. same time. Keep the notifications on for Simple Farmer, because I have a feeling we are going to see the launchpad drop. And Kenny, I think there could be an opportunity on some of these early cooks, man. If one of them sins, like,
I'll be paying attention. And I like what Simple Farmer was saying. I mean, he wants to work with real builders building like cool shit. So, I'm going to be looking to see what projects he's endorsing, because I have a feeling they'll do pretty well.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. But anyways, other than that, everybody stay fucking safe. And we will see you tomorrow.
Bye, everybody.